microphones over that way, you can start more. What would be the one thing that you need to get right from the start?
I would say plan it. I'm not very good at planning myself, and Fodder kind of happened by accident. But when we did Fodder Take 2, there was a lot of planning involved, and I would say maybe don't rush into it too quickly and really think about it. And also, if you have a small space, to really think about the numbers of people that you can have.
You were lucky you didn't need planning, you had a vision. Aideen?
Similar to Laura in some respects, be visionary and be very clear about what you're trying to achieve and be ambitious. And by saying be ambitious, it's not about creating those amazing architecture infrastructure pieces in Norway. It's being ambitious and having that singular vision like Laura, and I think it was Mike that maybe asked a question earlier about doing the basics right, so focus on the vision of doing the basics right and really getting that good grounding for Northern Ireland before doing the cherries.
Janet, single most important thing?
Yeah, it's sort of onto that as well a wee bit, Aideen. It's that continuous kind of refresh, review, planning, always looking at the experience that you have and thinking how you can make it better, thinking about your audiences and trends and how things are changing and how you can adapt to that as well. And we always say, it would be lovely if we could just tick it off and say that's visitor experience done and that's, we've made it now, but it's constantly changing and constantly refreshing and updating your offers to grow that kind of visitor numbers and advocacy.
John, vision was what you were all about, both literally and figuratively, I suppose, looking at the stars. What's the most important thing you think to get right from the beginning?
I suppose it's to understand exactly what you have on your doorstep. Look what you have. We didn't actually, it was an untapped source. Look at what you actually have and see how you can actually develop it. We didn't actually understand what we had on our doorstep, so it's actually doing your research, going out and see what actually products can fit into that untapped resource, and then develop that into the next phase.
What's amazing about your story is that the challenge of the location, how remote it was, ended up being the opportunity, and that's how you were able to look at it. How did you convince local people that it was something for them, and how important was that?
That was actually quite easy for this project. A lot of the locals were actually coming to the council, the local community group up in Brockderg. They were the ones actually nearly throwing ideas to the council, come and look at our forest. It is an area of antisocial behaviour. We want to try and get a bit of recreation back into the forest. This project was straightforward. We didn't have any issues with community engagement. Was there already had the buy-in from the early start within the project, and then it was actually more trying to develop the economic development, getting the local businesses involved then, and getting them to buy into the project.
Is that something you're very aware of as well at National Trust, Janet? Because the range of places you look after are so varied.
Yeah, I talked about 2 sites that we support and look after, but we have so many different variations of places and spaces across Northern Ireland. And for us, it is really important that we engage with the local communities. We certainly don't want to railroad in and start changing things and put car parks in places where people think, oh. So we wouldn't do it that way. We definitely engage, and it's so important to listen to the local community and think of how you can really benefit working with them and them working with us. It's all about that mutual benefit as well.
Any questions for any of our panel? No? Yes? One there in the middle.
John, the old centre, it's you have a significant investment in there. Are you conscious, is that a pressure in terms of trying to get visitor numbers and economic sustainability and so on in terms of the centre's operations?
Yeah, Dower has had heavy investment over the years. I think we just let it up to nearly 3 million. Yeah, we have a budget, I think, with local councils at the minute. Yes, budgets are very tight, and we have a designated budget, and I suppose what we have to try and do is maximise the income and usage and getting the visitors on site. And I think we've adopted a broad range of activities to encourage people to come to Dava. It's just not the dark skies, it's mountain bikers coming up now to the dark skies building, popping in, getting a coffee, and then getting involved in the dark